we've got in. NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Spurs, live on 2K Sports. So for the Spurs, their last game, a win against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
I think everyone who saw that game would just have to agree was about what they could do defensively in terms of winning.
And I thought the activity was tremendous, all over the court defensively. And that kind of hustle is going to pay off for you, and it also is going to keep your coach happy.
And now Washington's starting group. Porter is out there with Markieff Morris. Then it's Gortat, and it's Wall, and it's Temple in the 2 spot. So for the Wizards, their last game a loss to Indiana. Lets it go with the 3. San Antonio on defense. It's Wall with the drive. Wizards passing it around. Shot clock at 6. Here's Temple. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Boy, did he go. Hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always love that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous.
The baseline J. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Aldridge. Leonard's got the game going here with the first basket for the Spurs.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Here's Gortat. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Kicks it to Green. Screen by Duncan. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Green. Pass to Aldridge from 11 feet away. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. San Antonio shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
And Gortat kicks to Porter. Shot from 16. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Here is a peek at the teams that have dominated defensively in the paint since the All-Star break. In fourth, the Spurs.
I mean, they've got the intimidation factor down low. Their shot blocking really gives them a reputation, and teams may grow reluctant to want to force the action inside.
Aldridge dishes to Duncan. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
Duncan with the bucket.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup. And all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. Wizards trailed by 6. We've got 1:48 left in the first. Sessions passes to Beal. And another miss by Washington. Leonard against Beal. Outside Leonard. Passes to Duncan. Back to Leonard. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Well played right there. I mean, there's no question who has the momentum.
Greg, the lead appears to be heading north, if you will.
Now here's Sessions. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. And Dudley kicks to Beal. Anderson. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Cleveland and checking out Miami. 8 games out. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. The feed to Beal. From past the arc. Kept alive by Washington. Sessions dishes to Beal. To the wing right side. The 3 from Dudley. And that one's good. Dudley's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. And here's Anderson for 3. Anderson can't get that one to fall. Leonard attacking off on the layup.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch.
And that does it for the first quarter. Spurs lead by 5. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another, as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. A great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Allen Anderson out there with Jared Dudley. And it's Gortat in at the 5, home in the paint. Aldridge with a screen on Gortat. Back to Aldridge. Here's Marjanovic.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Outside, Wall. Pass to Beal. He dishes it to Dudley. Looking for Beal. He gets it there. 4 on the shot clock. And the shot is good.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Wall against Parker. Dishes it to Aldridge. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
And guys, when you watch the Spurs play, it's like watching poetry in motion. I mean, every cut, every screen comes at a precise time, and they play beyond the sum of their talents because of that style.
Gortat with the screen for Wall. To the inside. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Simmons. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. He kicks to Aldridge. The dish to Simmons. Gortat with the defensive effort. Spurs do have a beautiful play style, and their offensive numbers show it, Greg. You're right there. One of the most fluid teams I can recall, Clark, in the NBA with their ball movement.
A joy to watch. I mean, they ended up top 5 in shooting percentage last year, as well as top 5 in assists.
Mills, he's checked in for Parker. Markieff Morris is checked in for Washington. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Gortat with the screen for Beal. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
To the middle. Here's Marjanovic. No luck. Now Washington takes it the other way. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
The Spurs making a switch here. West is checked in. They set the pick. Here's Marjanovic. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And here's Anderson from the arc. And again, Washington with the triple.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
That's good. Wizards trail by 3. And here's Wall. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Anderson outside. Back to Wall. 5 on the clock. Oh!
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Gortat with the block. And Wall kicks to Anderson. Here's the 3. And again, Washington with the triple.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Yeah,
Greg, you like groove, don't you?
I do. Let's groove tonight, Kevin. And matter of fact, let's just stay in the attack mode that we're seeing from these guys. They're getting
Washington making some changes. Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Temple comes in for Bradley Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. Clark, they've been looking at a offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence. He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Morris inside. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Nice shot. There with
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Washington out in front, leading by 4. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Washington leading now by 4. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Duncan is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Leonard in the small forward position. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. 6 to shoot. Nene, the pass to Porter. Makes it off the glass. Porter's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Wizards.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey, he's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one, although if he missed it, I might have.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Victory eluded them last time in San Antonio when they took on the Spurs.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
And Sessions kicks to Porter. He feeds it to Nene. Morris with a screen on Duncan. Here's Porter. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
And the Spurs making a change here. Mills is checked in. Sessions with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. That is good. And the Wizards lead by 8.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Green kicks to Duncan. Feeds to Aldridge. Stolen by Nene. Here's Porter. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
You know what? I think he had to call timeout right now just to get his guys to regroup because they were really ragged out there.
Yeah, they've got to get some things straightened out. And sometimes the best way to do that is with a timeout. They look to be overwhelmed right now.
Tony Parker's checked in for Patty Mills. And that's a foul called on Ramon Sessions. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Parker dishes to Aldridge. Outside, Green. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Here's Sessions. Rebound, San Antonio. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That is his first foul of the game. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Sessions against Parker. And Sessions kicks to Porter. Misses the three. Spurs trail by 10. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. San Antonio shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Washington calls time. Out. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Second chance effort. And Wall. Here we go now. And it's blocked. And they'll keep possession. Gortat, the pass to Wall. Cans it from downtown. Wall's got the lead up to 10 now for Washington.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Moving it up. At the elbow, Gortat. Morris kicks to Wall. Looking for Anderson. He gets it there. No good. And the Spurs going the other way now. Leonard attacking. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And 1:01 left in the third quarter. Wall draws the double. The Wizards working the ball around now. And Anderson kicks to Wall. Here's Morris. Just 5 on the clock. Off target from the wing. And there's the pass to West. Kicks it to Parker. Ball's knocked loose. Leonard dishes to West. Back to Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by West. Leonard's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Spurs. Now Wall. 5 points in the game. The kick out to Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall. Leonard attacking. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Now here's Wall. It's his first trip to the line. The first free throw is good. And so John Wall nails both of them. Here's Parker. Got it up. The third quarter comes to a close. Wizards lead by 7. And we'll be back right after this. And the final period of play just about to start. Spurs trail by 7. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Markieff Morris is out there with Gortat, and it's Anderson in the 3 spot. And there's Bradley Beal on the assist by Wall. And it's 9 points here for Beal.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Wall passes to Beal. And Wall kicks to Morris. From outside the arc. No luck. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Leonard attacking. Beal with the steal. Outside, Wall. Anderson outside. Here's Morris. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And the Wizards lead by 9. Leonard again, score top. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 14 points now in the second half. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. And Wall, here we go now. And Beal kicks to Morris. Clock at 6. Here's Wall. Beal from long range. Tim Duncan with the rebound. Spurs trail by 7. Here's the lob to the hoop. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Dudley comes in for Morris, and Porter subbed in for Allen Anderson. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Wizards with possession, leading by 5.
They've not had the same success from outside here in the second half that they did in the first. So it might make sense to look at going inside a little more this half.
Beal with the steal. And now Beal pushing it up, and no one back to stop him.
Very well may put the finishing touch on this one. Not at all the time to get sloppy with the basketball.
And how about the killer instinct on that possession? Not running the clock, but pushing the ball and tacking points onto the lead.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Leonard comes in for Kyle Anderson. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Pass to Duncan. Back to Aldridge. Rebounded by Dudley. Washington leading now by 8. And here's Wall. Passes it to Beal. From outside the arc. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got 4 assists now tonight.
Gotta be demoralizing. They desperately needed a stop, and instead they give up a triples on an open look.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Well, this is nothing new. There is some debate on how successful max contracts have been in the NBA. A lot of players have demanded max contract money, but haven't lived up to the pay. And in my opinion, there are only about 15 guys worthy of max contracts in the league in any given year.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Well, we were talking about max contracts. There are arguments to their benefits. Commissioner Adam Silver said last year that he feels they help with parity. What do you think?
You know, for the most part, I do believe he's correct. I mean, they do help with parity. For guys like LeBron and Durant, let's face it, the big max contract can be a hindrance. They're probably considered to be worth far more than they're paid. But it's going to be something that is debated back and forth throughout the next negotiations for the CBA. The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Kicks it out to Leonard. And Green now, top of the key. Top of the key jumper, no good.
That would have been lucky had it fallen for shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it, are you kidding me?
Outside, Wall. The feed now to Porter. And Beal kicks to Porter. 4 on the shot clock. Pass to Beal. From the arc.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Wizards.
You're right there, Steve, in one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them. Clark, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
Well, it deflates the opposition when you can be pesky defensively, and then it sparks your offense, and that's what happened for them. When you have the type of effort we saw tonight, hard to overcome that kind of defensive pressure.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
Has to feel good in the final game of this season series as they've been able to earn the tiebreaker here, finishing the year with a winning record of 2-1 against the Spurs.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Beal. You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. First free throw. Is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 8. 23 seconds left in the game. And here's Leonard from 3. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Wall against Leonard. And Wall kicks to Beal. And now we've got the intentional foul.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this game is over. And they're the only ones who don't realize that.
And so John Wall nails both of them.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
Here's Mills. Can't connect. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our